Hi guys, welcome back to TR's Tarot Talk 1111. I am doing the reviews for these 6 decks that I spoke about in my previous videos. I was given a Secret Santa gift with 6 new decks. And normally I would give a free reading for each deck and a mini reading. And this person wanted to remain anonymous, so I don't know who they are. The only thing they asked in return is that I review the decks on YouTube. I'm finding that reading from the books is entirely too long. People are going to get bored. They're not going to watch the video. So I'm not going to read from the book except for the key concepts, okay? But this particular deck is called Guides of the Hidden Realms Oracle by Collette Reid. There are 44 cards in the deck. Comes in a beautiful packaged box. On the inside of the box, it says, "Welcome, Seeker, to this exploration of the hidden realms, your destiny and yourself." In the back of the box, it reads, "Accept the sacred partnership of the guides and awaken to more than you ever thought possible. Your true path, your purpose, your power, and your potential." It comes with a beautiful illustrated book. Well, it's really not illustrated, but it comes with a guidebook that tells you how to use the deck, how to cleanse the deck, how to interpret the deck. So I'm going to go through the deck, but I'm only going to read the key concepts. This deck does have reversals. You're supposed to shuffle it with reversals, and there will be concepts for both the upright and the reversed in the guidebook. So we're just going to get into it. And if you like this deck, then of course when you purchase it, there will be a lot more information than what I am sharing with you today, because really these books take way too long to read. So we're just going to get into it. So card number 1 is Serenity Out of Exile. It says, "Exhale, surrender, radical acceptance." Very beautiful artwork. I love, I started this video and I restarted it because it was just taking, I was like 45 minutes into it on card 14. So I'm redoing this and we're just going to look at the key concepts. But I do want to mention some of the artwork if something sticks out to me, because I am an energy reader and that's how I read. Not just from the book or the meaning, the general meanings, but I also look at colors, I look at symbolism, and so if I see anything that sticks out on these cards, I will mention it. In this one, it seems like there's a little bit of overthinking going on around the head. There's a third eye activation. There is a dragonfly. Dragonflies stay on the surface. And the moon is about illusions and not being able to see clearly. So let's get to it. So the key concepts of this card is serenity, exhale, surrender, release from perfectionism, and radical acceptance. All right. In the reverse, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but the key concept is like the serenity prayer, right? God grant me serenity to accept things I cannot change, courage to change the ones I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Sustained uncertainty can lead to hypervigilance. So I'm going to move on. These are key concepts, guys. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you buy the deck, and then you can read all the meanings as you're using it. So number 2 is Zenith at the Peak. Victory, achievement, tangible abundance. There is a fall leaf on the head. The third eye is lit up. The throat chakra has sacred symbols on it, like light language. And the key concepts are victory, achievement, getting what you want, and tangible abundance. It's about harvesting abundance. It's about divine timing. Everything has a harvest season and a winter season, a spring season. That's what this card is talking about, is being in the reaping and abundant season. In the reverse, of course, it's going to be the opposite. After the peak of success and celebration comes a natural cycle of winding down, and you may feel nameless, disconnected, and temporarily confused about what to do next. Okay, moving on to number 3. The river dances to the sea. Flow state, trusting in the adventure. Key concepts, flow state, movement forward, a quickening of events, and trusting in the adventure itself. So in the upright, it's about not looking too far ahead. It's about kind of being in the moment and really enjoying the actual journey, being in the moment, right? Flow state. In the reverse, it's about when the gentle flow of the river can turn into rapids, suddenly thrusting you into dangerous waters. It's a rude awakening from the illusion that you are in control. Allow yourself to trust in the river spirits who have come to keep your boat afloat, and feel the exhilaration of this time of rapid transformation. Get in the boat. I've had that channeled to me so many times. Get in the boat, tuck in your arms and legs, and trust the journey. And of course, experience it too. Don't sleep through it. All right, up next is number 4, treasures in the dark. Shadow work, healing old wounds. Yeah, this is going deep, right? More sacred symbols on the throat chakra and the third eye. And it looks like clouds, almost like a mushroom cloud coming out of the top of the head. So key concepts are shadow work, healing old wounds, experiencing relationships at a deeper level. So it's basically about, you can play in the shallow waters and discover something valuable, but now is not one of those times. To find the real treasure you seek, you need to dive deeper and face the shadowy places in you that were long forgotten and denied. In the reverse, it says, no matter what your inquiry, it's time for a look in the mirror and a personal inventory. It's easy to be triggered right now and feel like you've gone back in time with a reopened wound. So shadow work, we all know what shadow work's about. All right, number 5, the sovereignty of magic. There's a golden crown on the head and more like light language symbols on the throat chakra. So synchronicity, miracles, and spiritual forces. Number 5. Key concepts, universal laws, synchronicities, life-changing events, miracles, and awareness of spiritual forces. So just to sum it up, it's about, when you see the numbers, 1111, 111, 222, etc., etc. It's about your spirit animals showing up on your drive to work. It's about seeing a name or something that significantly has a meaning for you and only you. Right? The sovereignty of magic is about noticing those synchronicities and miracles and working with your intuition, following the spiritual guidance. In the reverse, it says we often ask for help from a place of perceived separation and scarcity, praying for guidance from something outside of us. Then we discount the signs that appear because they don't look the way we thought they would. Synchronicities are orchestrated on your behalf, so you don't have to work so hard to get to where you want to go. When you're aware of them, you manifest your life with less effort. Get out of your head and trust the magic that permeates the fabric of the universe and beyond. And follow the guidance, right? All right, up next is ripe, juicy, and ready. Ooh. Okay, then. It looks like a pomegranate maybe on the head. There is no throat chakra symbols, but there is a spark in the third eye. It says, poised for success, potential waiting to be realized. Ripe, juicy, and ready. All right, key concepts: poised for success, ready, prepared, mature, something full of life, and potential waiting to be realized. Can you sense it? You are now poised for success. You have come so far. And there's more. You can read this if you purchase it, but it's basically, when this card appears in your reading, it's telling you that something good is on its way because it is the right time. It's ripe, juicy, and ready. When it comes in the reversed, sometimes unconscious arrogance leads us into situations we are ill prepared for. We think we can handle it, that we know enough and don't need to put in the work. Just one bite won't hurt. Just one kiss won't mean anything. We miss the red flags until our ego lands us in a pile of overripe, rotten fruit. So it's procrastination, right? It's overthinking and not allowing the full and ripeness of the moment to actually actualize. All right, up next is number 7. Epiphanies sing at dawn. Aha moment, awakening, new directions, and potentials. There are birds singing on the head, and there is light language symbolism on the throat chakra. It is number 7. And it says, key concepts: the aha moment, epiphany, an awakening, something dawning, a new idea, a new direction, and new potential. So yeah, this is when you have an aha moment. It's when something really kind of comes on your radar and you get it. In the reversed, it says you're overthinking things, you're chasing answers until you're completely exhausted and in a state of analysis paralysis. Okay, up next is number 8, grace within the chaos. Accepting life's complexities, the seduction of distractions. I have that. I distract myself a lot, especially when I am overwhelmed. Grace within the chaos. All right, it is number 8, and the key concepts are grace, choice, accepting the complexities of life, not taking this world personally, and the seduction of distractions. Every day you're awake is the gift of a new beginning. Will you decide to walk through chaos with grace or get spun out by the chaos? You can choose to express with love or with divisiveness. In the reverse, it says some days the chaos and division in the world are so overwhelming, you lose sight of what you're actually witnessing. Media gives you a bleak yet seductive view of life, focusing on drama, suffering, division, and danger. Beware of this false mirror. Okay, up next is number 9, holding space for love. Non-judgment, discernment, and self-acceptance. Yeah, see, love does not judge. It just doesn't. So holding space for love is when you just, you can't be an enabler for others. You can't be the fixer. Sometimes you can be helpful if you're called to, but you are not meant to fix other people's problems because those problems are put in their path for them to find resolution. Don't know why I channeled that, but there you go. So, holding space for love, being present with an open heart, heart-centered, non-judgment, discernment, self-acceptance, and listening. You may be having an experience meant to teach you a lesson that you thought you'd already learned. It's causing you to feel like you're retracing your steps, but you are truly progressing, moving forward like a dancer on a spiral staircase. Along the way, you learn how to love and accept yourself and then are better able to hold space for others. That's just paraphrasing. In the reverse, it says perhaps you have chosen to close yourself off. You've fallen prey to cynicism. You have a lack of empathy or even hostility in your less than finer moments. It's mostly because you're afraid of being hurt or disappointed. Okay, I'm going to let you guys delve deeper in that on your own. All right, the eyes of mystery, number 10. Mystery, uncharted territory, and deep knowing. Key concepts. Let me hold it up. I'm sorry, guys. Not a whole lot of symbology there other than the eyes. Key concepts. Mystery, the unknown, the uncharted territory. Something you experience without understanding. Deep knowing, releasing the need for advanced knowledge of events. So depending on the other cards that would come with it, if I was reading this card, it would depict that there is something that is unknowable or unseeable, but that doesn't mean it's not unfeelable. Trust your intuition and your deep knowing, especially in moments of darkness. In the reverse, it says, isn't it exciting when the mystery's finally revealed? You think you're lost in the fog until a light shines on the next step. Now you're even closer than ever to your goal. Evidence is motivational, and right now you're being encouraged to keep going in the direction of your dreams and desires. That's a nice reversal. All right, master number 11, order in the forest. Cleansing, releasing resentments, and making amends. Order, decluttering, cleansing, releasing resentments, forgiveness, making amends, and cleaning up your life and area. So divine order exists in the world, although we sometimes can't see it or find it. It does not imply that the world must be comfortable, fair, just, moral, clean all the time. Instead, on our spiritual path, we learn to affirm that all exists in perfect order. In the reverse, it says, Can your mind and emotions be so cluttered that you feel caught in a bramble bush of confusion and overwhelm? Are you juggling too many things, too many feelings, a to-do list that seems daunting, and mental arguments that you've lost your footing? It's time to cleanse your aura, your mind, your inner home, your outer home. Perhaps you need to forgive someone or make your own amends. And perhaps you need to catch up on tasks you're procrastinating on. All right, up next is number 12, love and partnerships, collaboration, intimacy, power dynamics. There are two heads on one shoulder. It's kind of the twinsies, right? With the big moon in the back, and the collar is a heart, and there are crowns. So love and partnership, number 12. Key concepts, partnerships, collaborations, relationships, better together, intimacy, romantic love, good business alliances, and power dynamics. All right, so in the upright, it's going to be about relationships. Could be a business, any relationship, really. Partnership, business, romantic, friendship. But when this card comes up, it's a sign that there is something either new on your path in relationships, or there is something going on in a current relationship. In the reverse, it's about power dynamics. It says now is the time to take inventory of the relationships that make you feel unsafe and ask how they serve you. Especially look for enmeshment and codependency. Ask yourself these questions. Are you making yourself small? Are you unable to set boundaries? Do you sense old patterns rising up? And what are you no longer willing to tolerate? It's not about placing blame. It's about accountability and choice. yours and those that you are in relationship with. All right. Next is number 13, listening to the ancestors. Inherited patterns, traditions, integrated wisdom versus knowledge. All right. Key concepts. The past, inherited programming and patterns, both positive and traumatic. Traditions, integrated wisdom versus knowledge. We learn from traditions passed down while gaining our own wisdom through our experiences. Excuse me, I got the hiccups. And integrating our own current experience. There's going to be more here, but this is about, if this card appears, then it tells you that there's something about the past that is influencing the current moment, and you need to look at whether or not it's in a positive or a negative way. In the reverse, it's going to be about inherited stories, past traumas, fears. It says those narratives live in our nervous system, expressed through our emotional reactions and unconscious behaviors. Triggers. All right, up next is number 14. What is holy? What is true? Gosh, I got the shakes. I don't know why. Too much caffeine, maybe. Says appreciation, witnessing the unmerited gift of grace. More throat chakra, third eye activation. Key concepts, recognizing the sacred quality of life, appreciation, witnessing the unmerited gift of grace and miracles. Moments when your entire being resonates with the sacred knowing that you are in the right place and you stand in a place of witnessing, of being present and in deep appreciation. In the reverse, it says there's a sacred quality to life that is easily forgotten when you're caught up in forging your path, getting ahead and taking care of others. You might pay lip service to the spiritual life you intend to lead, yet you're blind to the gifts of grace in your life. You allow yourself to believe that your efforts alone are what got you where you are. The real truth is so much wider and expansive. You have always been in an active partnership with Spirit, even if you've ignored it. All right, we have full moon eclipse number 15. Removing internal obstacles, confronting self-identity and intensity. Key concepts, intensity, removing internal obstacles, confronting your self-identity. It's the dark night of the soul, guys. This is about looking at your trauma. The intense period of utter darkness during a full moon eclipse is a sign for you to release all that is no longer serving you. Your repressed wounds can sabotage you, eclipsing all the good you've worked for. Now's the time to face the darker side of things. Where are you leaking your power by giving it away to other people and their drama? Can you have been engaging in blame, shame, or judgment of others, yourself, etc.? All right, in the reverse, the full moon in eclipse reminds you it's time to fully and absolutely let go of what no longer serves you to make room for something new. Consider whether the path you're on is really in alignment with your truth. All right, number 16, frozen for a time. Non-action, slow down, not yet. Ooh. Non-action, slow down, winter season, wait for a better time, not yet. So this is, when this card comes up, it's like, take a breath, sit back, don't take any actions at this time. In the reverse, there's a great gift in being refused what you believe you want. Rejection is God's greatest protection. Yes, it feels frustrating, especially when it appears others are doing well while you're falling behind. And then it gives you advice on not looking at it as a punishment or a failure. It's purposeful. It has its reasons. All right, number 17, a call to transformation. Look at all the butterfly. More throat chakra activation, third eye. Metamorphosis, the in-between. Oh my God, I spent so long in the in-between. And you will have many transformations in your life, not just one. But I just went through a major one. Major in the last 6 years. And the in-between can be a very unsettling place to be. So, key concepts: metamorphosis, the in-between, the natural discomfort we experience between what was and what is yet to be, letting go of the past to become. All right, in the reversed, the time between what was and what will be is one that the most of us try to avoid. It's uncomfortable, yet it can be a rich experience. You're neither here nor there, who you were or who you want to become. But this period is essential to understanding who you are at your core, your truest values, and what drives you to your destiny. Who do I need to become to have the experience that I say I want? What has to change? What can I take with me? And what do I need to discard? So it's the in-between, guys. It's a very difficult place to be, but it's a very necessary place to be. All right, number 18, the true source of power. Divine will, integrity, power versus force. That was in the last deck. Power versus force. Check that out if you want. So there is a dragon, and there are downloads coming in. Wow. More throat. They look like light language symbols. I'm not saying they are, but that's what it reminds me of. On the throat, and all kinds of incoming downloads from the divine. The true source of power is there's a word for it. It's escaping me. Let's see if the book tells us. Divine will, integrity, being aware of your impact on the world, power versus force, self-will, run amok. So when true power is expressed, it's a beautiful to experience. It's not an act of self-will, but channeling of divine will, where you're fully in service to a higher calling. True surrender, self-forgetting with access to the transformative power to make such an extraordinary change. Profound time of extreme change. In the reverse, when something, someone, or an experience is withheld from us, we don't always know how to take no for an answer. Ambition can take over, and we push against the closed door harder and harder to no avail. We think willpower alone can make things arrive faster and in the exact form that we wanted. It says not to be seduced by thinking that you can force your will on divine will. All right, number 19, begin with faith in spring. Beginning, innocence, fertility, and growth. Remember we talked about the 4 seasons. So this is the season of spring. Beginnings, innocence, fertility, trusting in the process of a new life, birth of a new idea, and assurance of growth. And then in the reversed, it's when you're at the beginning of a new life, accept that you won't know certain things. How could you, when you have not yet experienced the aspects of your journey? The past cannot guide you. Only a full, unbridled faith in the divine destiny that placed you here can help. Trust the process of the natural unfolding of the next season of your life. New beginnings. All right, this is number 20. The consequence of fear, contraction, the frequency of fear, self-fulfilling prophecy. Oh my God. I don't think that one needs explained because we're all so good at it. So the key concepts are contraction, decisions made from stress, patrolling for potential threats, aligning with the frequency and thoughts of fear, self-fulfilling prophecy, and radical allowing. All right, so in the upright, this is about being paralyzed by fear. It's allowing fear to really kind of ruin your manifestations and put you in a place of, I guess, frozen, you know, that deer in the headlight thing. In the reverse, the consequences of fear-based decisions made in the past are revealing themselves to you. It's a good thing you can take a step back and repair whatever appears to be fractured. Having a sense of humor and a lot of self-compassion would be helpful now. Don't be so down on yourself. Allow fear to present itself and flow through and out you, and then basically find renewed faith. Look at, I love the artwork, the colors. So this has a seahorse, and there are, I guess, coral coming out of the top of the head. Says death reclaims a life. Letting go the sacred quality of death. Nobody likes death, but it always brings rebirth. Says death reclaims a life. Natural endings, grief, letting go, the attributes of emptiness, saying goodbye with blessings, and the sacred quality of honoring death. Sometimes it's unexpected and unprepared for. But if this card comes upon your path, it tells you to allow yourself to grieve and to accept that some things need to pass. In the reverse, it says sometimes we linger too long in a situation that needs to end. Perhaps you're holding out for a change that isn't meant to be. That person you love remains unavailable, that job doesn't get better, and so on. You don't want to miss out on something you've dearly hoped for, so you hang on to the bitter end. What ending are you currently resisting? All right, up next is number 22, the alchemy of poison. Wow, there's a poisonous frog. Transformational lessons, reclaiming personal choice, and radical forgiveness. Master number 22. Key concepts, transformational lessons, vulnerability to build inner strength, reclaiming personal choice, and radical forgiveness. The word alchemy describes how a common substance can be magically transmuted into something valuable. The poison dart frog, for instance, is not inherently toxic. Instead, its body takes what it eats and turns it into a poison that is lethal to others, but a powerful protection for itself. And it talks about childhood traumas, shape who we are. Hurts and betrayals are an emotional poison from which we need to forgive and evolve. It's taking the bad that we're dealt with and alchemizing it and learning from it and creating something better. You know, some people experience trauma and become Jeffrey Dahmers, and some people experience trauma and become healers. It's all in how you alchemize the poison. In the reverse, transformational lessons occur when we're invited to revisit old wounds so we can rise above, find resilience, and accept the alchemical magic of radical forgiveness today. If you experience an echo of the pain of the past, there is a solution. Understand it for what it is. Your nervous system is activated and you perceive the world through the lens of your child self, causing you to overact. Call on your divine connection to spirit and release all resentments to any person, place, institution, or situation. Resentment is poison. Basically, that card's all about, you know, when you're hateful or angry or resentful toward yourself or others, then it's like you're drinking poison expecting the other person to die. It's just not going to happen, right? It's only hurting you. All right, number 23 is gratitude is dreaming. Yeah. The manifesting power of gratitude, the law of praise. It's a beautiful card. Look at, it's like a rainbow of hearts. Key concepts: the manifesting power of gratitude, the law of praise, aligning with the energy of appreciation, a way out of scarcity, consciousness. It's going to talk about manifesting through daydreaming, that you already have everything that you need and you're grateful for it. In the reverse, it says losses, difficulties, and struggles tend to take our attention away from the good, making it hard to practice appreciation and gratitude. And so in the reverse, it's a need to be grateful for whatever's on your path. We have surrender to the change. And this one has like orbs, maybe, bubbles. Throat chakra, third eye chakra. The art of allowing resilience and adaptability. The sense of impending change. The art of allowing, relinquishing control, resilience, adjustments, innovation, and adaptability. Change is constant in life. We're meant to evolve, to grow, to move forward, to revel in the poetry of existence before we complete our journey and cross over. In this moment of life, you can feel a potent energy brimming with possibilities. You've wanted this change, maybe for a long time, but the elements took a while to come together in your favor. Ride this magic carpet as far as it will take you. In the reverse, when a change is upon us, there is a natural period of adjustment before we grow into the new circumstance or situation. Sometimes we feel resistance, especially when these changes alter our plans or come at us unexpectedly. Fear not, these divine detours have an uncanny ability to test you, yes, but also to eventually deliver an experience far better than you expected. That's paraphrasing, guys. There's a lot more here. All right, number 25. All eyes are open. Inspired vision, clarity, perception, and revelation. Eyes everywhere. Says clarity, inspired vision, perception, the power of imagination, prophetic sight and exposure, things coming to light, and revelation. So it's like the sun card. It's like all of a sudden everything is just known, right? It's intuition. In the reverse, it's the unknown. It's something you can't put your finger on. You don't understand what's not working. You're struggling to find an answer, but it feels like you're getting farther from solving the problem. The more that you fixate, today, instead of looking for a solution to the problem, move your mind away from it altogether. Ask for a vision, revelation, or a sign to point you in the right direction. All right, number 26, the dream of co-creation. Manifestation, divine partnership, and frequency alignment. Beautiful. The symbols are kind of similar. It almost looks like light language on the throat and third eye. And then there's, this energy above the head. The eyes are closed. It's a dream state. The dream of co-creation, the metaphysics of manifestation, partnership with the universe, evidence of frequency alignment, unity between spiritual and material. So this is when you're in that perfect divine state of frequency and alignment. It's a nice card to get. In the reverse, it says we are all powerful beyond measure, not because of our humanity, but in spite of it. Manifestation is always a partnership, always active, whether you're aware of it or not. The inconvenient truth of life is the twofold duality of having to deal with life on its terms while also holding space for the manifestation of your beautiful dream. You must be careful not to interpret difficult events to mean that your dream is unimportant or will not happen. It's about faith in the reverse. Every word has power. Wow. Look at the big heart over the throat chakra. Education, power of persuasion, communication, internal dialogue. Number 27. The influence of words spoken and thought. Education, power of persuasion, how we communicate information, affirming self-talk, being mindful of internal and external dialogue. So it's basically going to talk about how your words create your experience, internally and externally. So you're being warned, basically, to use that ability powerfully and intentionally. In the reverse, it's about unintentional manifestations coming into your world because of a belief system or a story that you're telling, internally or externally. Change your mind, change your life. All right, number 28, all the time in the world. Having enough time and time management. See the duality there. So in the upright, it's like, don't sweat it. You got plenty of time. You're divinely exactly where you need to be. The quality of time, stretching time, man-made versus natural time, running out of time, time management, slowing down, too much focus on the future. So recognizing that time is a fluid state of being, expands and contracts according to the person who experiences it. Time is not running out for you. Your heart knows the truth, but your ego demands that everything happens right now. In the reverse, sometimes the present moment feels boring, like traveling through a desert with no end in sight. You keep asking, are we there yet? It's impatience, guys. All right, up next is number 29, connection through the cosmos. Community, everything is connected, the law of reciprocity. And I'm hearing the law of one in my head. Community, friendship, social life, seeing yourself and others, everything is connected, the law of reciprocity. The world is a giant mirror that reflects who we are, where we're placing our attention and what thoughts, feelings, and beliefs are churning inside of us with or without our awareness. What you broadcast into the field of infinite intelligence, which is exactly what I was trying to think of earlier when I was saying there's a word for it, but I can't remember. It's the infinite intelligence. It's the source, right? So what you broadcast into the field of infinite intelligence echoes back and often materializes in some fashion. In the reverse, the deepest wound we share is our disconnection to God and to nature and to others. We find connection through our screens, but won't make eye contact at the grocery store. So it's about becoming aware of the fact that we are all the universe in expression, and we are all one. The law of one. All right, number 30, enough for now and always. You are enough, worthiness, faith in needs being met. You are enough. You are worthy. Having what you need, faith in needs being met, our need for emotional and intellectual nourishment, asking for help and getting it. Says you're in a time of win-win. Focus on nourishing yourself with experiences that bring you joy. Doing so will give you the energy and knowledge to then nourish others. In the reverse, if you want true nourishment and prosperity, you have to make space for it. So how much are you willing to receive, and can you align with that? And more coral. It's like an underwater thing with a fish. And that's a good mantra. I always have everything I need and plenty to share. It's a good mantra. In the midst of the radiant fire, number 31, inspiration, passion, obsession, and cleansing fire, the fire element. Inspiration, passion, optimism, pure joy, brilliant ideas, creativity, all-consuming obsession, addiction, burnout, cleansing fire. Wow. Trust in the divine fire that burns in your heart. Pay attention to prompts from source. Trust that still small voice will tell you the next step on your path. Once you commit, things come together. It's basically masculine energy. It's fire. It's taking action. It's allowing brilliant ideas and creative impulse to motivate you. And it's basically seizing, the day, the moment. Fire and passion. Feel the passion and optimism. Know that you're chosen for this unique path. In the reverse, ask yourself, what do I need to burn down in my life to make way for better things? Then summon that cleansing fire. Trust that whatever falls away is meant to just burn what needs to be burned, then rest. You can do this. I like that one. Chuck it in the fuck it bucket. Oh, look how pretty. This one is number 32. All the blessings everywhere. Gifts from the universe with synchronicities. The personality. The many faces of self-identity. Oh, wait a minute. That's not the right one. It's stuck. I'm like, that don't fit. All the blessings everywhere. Gifts from the universe. Synchronicity. Unmerited grace. Yeah. Grace is when you didn't deserve it. You didn't ask for it. You didn't have to earn it. Grace is how you forgive, guys. It's not because somebody asked for it or deserves it. It's done with the grace of God. So, unmerited grace, not comparing your life with others, the opposite of judgment and condemnation. Notice how your needs are always met. Can you see how grace enters your life without any special merit on your part? Consider doing an inventory of your blessings. How many synchronicities were needed to bring you to this moment? Up until now, how much evidence have you seen, even in the smallest signs, that you are not alone? Okay, in the reverse, there will always be someone you notice who is more successful, happier, younger, richer, or brighter than you, or at least it appears that way from the outside. There's only one you. Love yourself. Your life experience is yours and yours alone. Stop comparing yourself to others. You're perfect as you are. You're exactly where you need to be. Focus your attention on you and all the blessings that are yours, and nothing less will do. All the blessings everywhere. All right, the masks we wear. That's when I started to read. Master number 33, self-expression, protection, and authentic self. Okay. Right now, your sights on the future require you to don a new mask and rehearse who you would be before you have the benefit of having experienced it. Ask yourself, who would I need to become to live this future vision? What would need to shift or change? Act as if and watch the miracles rise up to greet you. In the reverse, it says sometimes we spend so much time and energy looking for acceptance in the eyes of others that we lose our real self and mask up. A different mask for every person, every situation, and we never truly live our real self. And then it's going to give you advice on how to change that. All right, letting go of stories, surrendering attachments, releasing unconscious patterns. Surrendering an attachment to the stories we tell about ourselves, about others, who we could become without the stories, releasing unconscious patterns, and freedom to create change. Yeah, let go of the story. Tell a new one. If you don't like the experiences you're having, tell a new one. All right. In reverse, it's being attached to a sabotaging story. And it's creating obstacles. Be mindful of the story you tell. All right, number 35. This and that are true. Open-mindedness, perspective, nuances, and complexity. It's duality, guys. Depending on where you are in your journey, this and that are both true, right? For one person, the earth might be flat, and for another person, the earth is round. But because we are creator beings from a creator race, from the original creator, what we believe we conceive, we actually create. So this and that are both true. No use arguing over it because you're never going to ever change another person's perspective until they're ready to change it for themselves. I'm just going to channel that little message there. In the upright, it says, be mindful now of the stories you tell. Oh, wait. Sorry. Yeah. This situation is not a time for choosing sides, but for respectful cooperation. Can you reach across the chasm and find a mutually beneficial solution? In the reverse, this is a compelling beauty, or there is a compelling beauty when considering opposites. Instead of seeing just one side as opposition or the other, see both in unity, yin and yang, up and down, day and night, each one part of the unified whole. All right. Next is number 36, another chance to be. Reclamation, second chances, rebirth, emotional healing. You know, every second we're alive, we get another chance to be, just so you know. There is, did I show you guys? Octopuses on the forehead, or on the head and on the shoulder. It says regeneration, reclamation, reconstruction, second chances, rebirths, rebuilding, emotional healing, peace, and opportunities after releasing. That doesn't need explanation. It's a second chance, guys. In the reverse, it says, today make the choice to give yourself a second chance. What self do you need to reclaim? Perhaps it's the playful one, the trusting one, the creative one, the provocative one, or the expressive self. This is your opportunity to remake yourself with your best parts facing forward. Up next, number 37, a way out of the weeds. A clear way out, multitasking and getting organized. Key concepts, an end to your struggle, getting organized, letting go of your overwhelm and distractions, a clear way out and through, stuck in the mud, and so that's the upright. In the reverse, it's stuck in the mud, confusion, lost, the negative effects of multitasking and not focusing. So if you want to get out of the weeds, then you need to get organized, let go of it. It's, if you get this card in the upright, Spirit's saying you're about to be set free from the entanglement of the weeds. In the reverse, maybe you need to look at why you're entangled, right? For you to take a temporary media diet, stay off social media for a couple days. It's recovering your energy and finding clarity in the moment. All right. Ooh, I like that one. Focus on the brilliance. Look at the eyeball. Number 38, focused attention, prioritizing and persevering. Eye on the prize. That's what my spirit guide just channeled to me. I didn't get this far in the deck, so these are new to me now too. I only got partially through. So focus, sorry, I already had the page. Focus on the brilliance. Focused attention, prioritizing, doing what works, hitting your target, staying positive. Eye on the prize. There it is. I heard it in my head. Persevering, complete a task before jumping to the next shiny thing. All right, this is like ADHD. In the upright, Spirit's saying, listen, you got to keep your eye on the prize, cause and effect. You know, it's time for you to really pay attention. In the reverse, it's now's the time to let go and let God sit with yourself and get rigorously honest about your motives. Ask yourself, do I know why I want what I want? Then refocus your spiritual lens. Look around and finish whatever's unfinished. Surrender the results to the divine. Take a break. Breathe deeply. Trust that what is truly yours will never be withheld from you. Number 39. This one looks like Medusa. Emergence of protection. Boundaries, self-preservation, trusting in divine protection. Key concepts, setting boundaries. Wow. Bada bing. That's a heavy hitter for me, man. I have a hard time with boundaries. Getting much better at it, but people hate it because for so many years I didn't have any. And now when I put up a boundary, they're like, why are you picking on me? So setting boundaries, self-preservation, trusting divine protection despite a temporary turmoil. You're doing the inner work to know who you are. You know your boundaries and broadcast them. Now trust that the mission you're on comes with divine direction and you are divinely protected. You can do this. There is nothing to fear today. That's in the upright. In the reversal, it's time to take a step back, step out, and step away. Release your need to blame and take responsibility for your part in the interaction. Check your motives, redirect your energy to cleaning up your side of the street. Everything will work out beautifully as this choice is best for everyone. Remember that rejection is God's greatest protection. Divine protection. All right. Next is number 40. Happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. Mentorship, fulfillment, peace of mind, and self-care. This is where I found this, and I was working it, man. And then all of a sudden, I tossed myself right back into the cycle of learning karmic lessons. It's all right. We'll get there, right? Everything has value. All right, number 40. Having fun, wisdom to share with others. How far you've come. Mentorship, fulfillment, peace of mind, knowing your limits, need for better self-care. So in the upright, this is about you've gotten there. You're in the flow. You're in the high vibration. You're happy. You're healthy. You're wealthy. You're wise. You've learned something that you can share with others. And in the reverse, this is a need for you to start taking care of your own happiness, your own health, your own wealth, and wisdom. It's a call to action to find that place of your highest and best. All right. Next is emergence of true knowing, intuition, rigorous honesty, and inventory. Another one that looks almost just like the Medusa one. Emergence of true knowing. Intuition, a flash of insight. Development of understanding, evolution of thought, being rigorously honest with yourself, and the importance of inventory. All right. There is a distinct relationship between intuition and inspiration. Intuition is in service to inspiration. So keep exercising that intuitive muscle, and it will lead you to a place in life better than you imagined. So this is about trusting your intuition when it comes in the upright, because something is about to be revealed. In the reverse, it is a block to your intuition and a fear of trust. Just listen, for it will only ever show you the truth. This is not trusting your intuition in the reverse. All right, we're almost there, guys. We have rise to the occasion, number 42. Capability, strength, authenticity, and free will. Capability, strength, go the distance, authenticity, surprising yourself, successful risk-taking, or in the reverse, it's refusing the call, and free will. So this is the time to choose to step up, take a risk, go the distance, spread your wings, knowing it's your destiny. You cannot fail. Surprise yourself, let go of all your fears, and take a risk. Trust the divine winds to keep you aloft. Adventure awaits. It's a good one in the upright. I'm not sure what that is. Maybe an eagle or a hawk on the head. In the reverse, it says that you have free will. The issue here is not the choice you're called upon to make, but your temporary disconnection from source. When you remember that you always have a partner in spirit, your reluctance will melt away and you will be able to take that leap of faith. Answer the call because you know it leads only to an extraordinary adventure. Know that you will never be the same again. Only good will come to you from it. So when this card shows up, there's something auspicious that's coming that you need to act upon and trust in. And so in the upright, it's aligning with that. And in the reverse, it's the need to align with that and take action and trust. All right, number 43, the burden of choice. Yeah, because sometimes choices are hard. Choosing higher ground, consequences, unconscious choice making. Choice as a responsibility, choosing the higher ground, the consequences of one's choices, and unconscious choice making. So in the upright, it says, right now you've come to the proverbial fork in the road. Both paths have an appeal. There's no obvious best choice. It's necessary that you be fully present, make this decision from your heart, and accept the consequences. You know, what I do is I ask myself, is this an experience I want to have for better or worse? And if the answer is yes, then I take action and make a choice. Sometimes I live to regret that choice. But oftentimes I don't, because even if it didn't work out the way I wanted it to, there was something very, very beneficial from having the experience. So the burden of choice lies on you, right? You're at a crossroads. What do? I can do this or that. You get to make the choice because you have free will. It's a calling when you get this card in the upright to make that choice the best way that you can. In the reverse, it's did you make a decision you'd promised yourself you'd never make again? Are you stuck in the same scenario, same emotional theme, pain, frustration, powerlessness? This stems from making an unconscious choice, hoping it would be different this time. Deep down, though, you already knew early in the excitement was masking a pattern you'd not yet addressed. Red flags were all over it. You're now being invited to look at the old wound, your shadow pattern, and how you've adapted to survive it. Finally, take the responsibility to heal. Don't punish yourself for doing it again, because it will keep happening until you compassionately bring the original hurt to light. Take heart. This is a wonderful opportunity to lay down the burden of trying to fix your original wound through other people. The only way out is through. You can do it. All right, last card. The emergence of hope. Master number 44. Faith, trusting in a divine plan, all is well, and patience. All right, faith, trusting in the divine will and the divine plan with patience. So in the upright, everything is good. You're aligned with your truth. You're attractive. You are attracted, even inspired to act toward your beautiful, fulfilling destiny. In the reverse, it says, sometimes we outwardly profess faith that something will happen, but deep down we don't really believe in it. It's a mean game to play, and it only ends with us losing out. To explain it, we tell ourselves a story about our innate unworthiness or the world being inherently unfair or mean. We take comfort in telling ourselves that it wouldn't have happened after all. Hope isn't based on stubbornly holding on to the specifics. You don't set your sights on a particular date when things must be better. Yeah, it's about patience and trusting in the process. And having hope and faith, right? Not self-sabotaging. When you get it in reverse, it's saying that you're self-sabotaging. Your thoughts are creating obstacles. All right, guys, I love you. I'm sorry these are so long, but this is a beautiful deck. I can't wait to use it. Thank you if whoever or whomever sent it to me is watching. I hope you are. And I will see you on the next upload. Namaste.